friends, this is Danell Fields coming to you from localmia.com. I am the home and lifestyle contributor for this beautiful internet series, and today I have with me, excitingly, I have Danny Sullivan, and a little later we'll have his son Michael, and they are the owners of Sullivan's on 494. They do so many things. So it's going to be hard for me to really explain it, so I'm going to let him explain it to you. And Danny is married to Geraldine, a beautiful person that works for Humble ISD. They have 2 children, Kelly and Michael. And Michael is recently a grad from A&M in aeronautical engineering and has come to work with the family business, which is really wonderful. So I just want to start off with Danny, and I have known Danny a long time. She's in the community, and there's not a charity or a function or something out there that you don't see the Sullivans pitching in. So they're wonderful community members, and they also have their business in our community, and they've grown up here and raised their children here. So, Danny, how are you?
Good morning, Danell. So we're super excited to be here with you guys today. Sullivan's is been around for quite a while. We're actually going to celebrate our 35th anniversary here in historic Black Cat Ridge. And we're really excited to be able to share with everybody what's been going on here at Sullivan's, because we truly are branded into a one-stop shop. Anything that you need regarding a truck, auto, RV, big rig, or fleet services and heavy equipment and glass, we can take care of for you all under one roof.
And they do, and they have so much going on. I will have pictures, you'll be able to go through those, and I'm going to write an article about it so you actually understand what Sullivan's is all about, because it is a vast variety of all kinds of things, from getting your car inspected all the way to taking a car down to I would say stubs, but that's not right. But anyway, rebuilding
down
a car,
to the bare bones.
Down to the bare bones. So I wanted to ask you, how did you first get your concept for the business? And way back when, what was your, I guess, driving force? What made you start into this business?
So my background was that I was actually a cook at the local Hayden's Steak and Seafood restaurant, which is Papa's Seafood today.
Oh.
I had a Volkswagen Beetle that I bought for $200, and I worked on that constantly. And people said, you know, we think more so you are probably not a cook. You're probably a mechanic. And some opportunities opened up for me, and I got on with the corporate team for the Exxon flagship store that was located at Chestnut Ridge and Kingwood Drive.
Really? Okay.
And so I don't take any credit for those years. We were on a wonderful team that made it the #1 store in the United States 3 years in a row. It was just a fun ride. Great people. Still stay in touch with a lot of the Exxon executives today. But as we outgrew that, and Exxon was getting away from the full service market, which was not just only full service fuel, but also full service repairs in their bays, a great opportunity came when we met Joe Bailey. He had the farmers market and also the hardware store.
Right here
where we are today. So the feed store building that we're in today actually had a spur that came off of the Black Cat Ridge rail, and they unloaded boxcars in this building. That's why there's a sliding door back there. They actually could bring boxcars around and unload supplies for the oil field guys on Black Cat Ridge. So yeah, that might say a little bit about my age. I have been around here for a little while, but we certainly love to celebrate our history here, our time here, what we've accomplished over the years. And one of the things I'm super glad that you brought up that I don't talk about enough is that Michael has just gotten.
Come on in.
Yeah, Mike, come on in and say hi.
This cute little cutie patootie is his son.
How are you? My name is Michael Sullivan. I own Sullivan's Trucking out here in Kingwood. If you don't have a friend in the business, you do now. Come by and see us. You'll be glad you did.
It's repairs you can depend on.
Service you can trust.
Right on.
So he went to school with my sons, and you went. Tell him where you went to school.
I went to Texas A&M, double majored in applied mathematics and aerospace engineering.
In your high school?
I went to Kingwood Park High School. Had a great time there.
Kingwood Park High School. So
Yes.
it's all in the family, and isn't that what it's all about when it's all in community? So
Give them a little sneak preview of what this industry looks like 5 or 10 years from now, Michael. Are we talking about drones, autonomous cars? We already have self-driving Teslas in every other driveway.
The future is very bright for this industry. There's a lot more than people think. Tesla is one of the pathfinders. They're definitely doing autonomous cars and stuff like that. Lithium-ion batteries. And you heard it here first. We're going to be your flagship location for repairs like that in the coming future.
And we are super excited to have this young blood and new generation into this industry, because our industry, to power us through the next 30 years, which, by the way, we're going to open this and celebrate that 30 years,
That's right.
is awesome. And welcome aboard. We're so super proud of you, and I just can't be happier enough that you're on board and leading this team. Everybody here is just super delighted with what we've accomplished so far, and there is a ton of stuff coming down the road.
So I know he has to get back to work, but I have to say, what's it like working for your dad? Give us some little tidbits to take home with us.
Well, you hear a lot of horror stories, people saying that don't work with family, but me and him have such a great relationship. He's been my role model growing up since day one. We're on the same wavelength all the time, and we bounce ideas off each other, and we're really a great team. And moving forward, it's nothing but greatness to come.
That's wonderful.
Because we're going the extra mile to make you smile.
Right.
Thanks, man.
All right. Have a great rest
All
of your
right,
day.
see you after a while.
Thank you.
Danell, should we pop this cork?
Oh, sure.
Oh,
My goodness.
Cheers to 35 more years. How about that, huh?
Cheers.
What fun. And so having Michael on board to help us with the things that, the body shop, and cheers.
Cheers.
The body shop and the collision repair center has morphed into doing heavy equipment, big rig maintenance and paint, diesel pusher RV, and a host of other things, including complete restoration. You got to see that cool blue Dodge truck. That one is hot off the press.
Right.
It's a one-owner vehicle. He goes, you know what? I'm not paying $80,000 for a new pickup. I want this one back like it was. And we love to work with clients like that, because that is really what keeps me coming back every day. When you see how we can take all the dents and rust away, lay down the paint and clear coat to make it look better than it ever did. We have bed liner services, undercoating, rust proofing, framework, everything and so when you walk around that car, it takes just a few minutes to digest what really happened, to get it to where it is. And our guys, the way they differ from the competition is it truly is top quality craftsmanship, but true hands-on care. This is something that they're passionate about. They do it because they love it. They do it because it's super rewarding. And when you see the look on somebody's face when they come to pick up a vehicle like that, that's what keeps me coming back.
Well, I know when my mother was here and she had a problem, Danny took her home. So for all of that, you do all of the really one-on-one special, that's what it's all about, a family-owned business in our community. So you've talked a little bit about what's important to you, but what do you think is the secret sauce that made your business, I know you said, craftsmanship and all, but how do you feel like you work in the community? What is your secret to your success, do you think?
You know what? I've been here. Geraldine's family moved to Kingwood in '74. Her dad was with Shell Pipeline. My dad was with Shell Oil. That's how we met. And the Sullivan side moved to Kingwood in '77. And we just love our family. We love our friends. We love our neighbors. We love our community. And with that said, that's also how another way that we really differ from the competition. If you shop locally, that keeps your hard-earned dollars working right here at home where they belong. And it allows me, it empowers me, and it delights me to be able to support our churches and our schools and our charities. There's nothing that brings me more happiness than to be able to do that. And so what keeps that giant wheel turning is the more folks that hear about Sullivan's and the more folks that come and shop with us allows me to charge more things back into the community, and that really excites me.
That's wonderful.
That right there in itself is just, it's another thing that really keeps me going.
That's great. Well, what would you say if you look back over the years, including your family? I know your family is very important to you, but what would be your greatest accomplishment if you had to, something that really
My greatest accomplishment has to be marrying Geraldine. You know that.
Yeah, that's true.
And so we've had such a wonderful time together, and she has served in the school district for many years and is very passionate about our kids, and that's something too that I'd take a minute to brag about. I think we have the best school district ever, and under the leadership of our good friend Guy Sconzo and Dr. Elizabeth Fagan, those two have done such a wonderful job for our community and our schools. And Geraldine is the same way. She is relentless. She doesn't let up, and she just keeps going. Our oldest daughter Kelly is getting married. And so super happy for her, and welcoming TJ, our new son-in-law on board. He is an absolute blast. I can't wait for you to meet him.
He looks like he's going to be fun.
He's a great kid. And so Kelly is working with the Papa's Restaurant Group. She has Delta Blues Smokehouse in Webster. Right. That's her turf down there. And of course, now Michael has got the Truck and Auto Center up and running. The COVID thing has been a struggle because we want to get the word out and let everybody know what we're doing and that we're here for them. And so on a brighter note, though, the slowdown allowed me to finish the remodel because we were trying to be mechanics by day and carpenters by night. And so in one way, it kind of helped us to get things wrapped up.
And you will see that in all the beautiful pictures. And I'm just blown away by this sign. It's wonderful. And again, the sign was made by our local lamp monkey in Humble. He did a fabulous job in all these pictures that he's got. And this sign, you'll see a lot on that. So going a little bit more personal now, a lot of us know you so well, but what are some things in your spare time that you and Geraldine and the kids, or just you and Geraldine, love to do? I know some of your hobbies, but what are they?
So, I think for the most part, we could be described as beach bums. And, we had a place down in Galveston, Geraldine's mom and dad did. So there's so many memories of hanging in Galveston. And, we've been to Destin, we've been to Orange Beach, we've been to Miramar, Corpus, Surfside, Biloxi, all down the Texas coast. And just absolutely love hanging by the water. We do fly occasionally, and that has been...
He's a pilot.
That has been a lot of fun. Here's a funny story about the pilot stuff. Pete, my brother, and I were drag racers, and right down the way here, back in the day, they had East Tex Dragway. They actually have a Facebook page, and if you look that up, it's like going back in time. But we were drag racing vehicles, and I told my brother, I said, this is ridiculous. You have to work on these engines constantly, and you only get to use them for a couple of minutes.
Right.
I said, I'm going to go try and find something that's designed to go 200 miles an hour.
Right.
So I drove out to the local airport, and I noticed a guy was laying on his back under the wing of an airplane, and he was struggling in a terrible way. And I didn't know what to do, so I ran up there and I said, "Mister, what do you need? What's wrong here?" And he goes, "There's a pry bar around here somewhere. Where did it go? Where did it go?" And I saw that he had kind of hit it, and it went behind his head. So I grabbed it. And when I looked up in there to see what he was working on, to my horror, it was a gigantic spring for the landing gear. And I stuck that in there and snapped it into place. And that guy goes, "Where in the world did you come from?" And so we obviously got to be good friends over that. And I traded mechanical repair hours in his hangar for flight instruction.
Wow.
And so it was a great friendship that I made, and we got to fly together all the time. It was just a super match made in heaven. So
I know
it's
you.
I
know you fly.
a lot of good times, a lot of
Right.
times flying around in Cessna 152s, 172s. We've had a variety of
Do you get to fly much
different
anymore?
machines. I do. I try to get out. You know, airplanes need to be exercised, and so
Yes.
do us old folks.
Right.
And so it's good to stay
Right.
proficient
It
and
is.
be on top
It
of
is.
your game.
And your brain.
And so we try to get out at least once a week.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So, and I know this family loves to be together. So I'm always struck that it just really moves me when I know what they do, because they go on vacations together, or even a little weekend, you're always together. It's really a wonderful thing. So I was trying to think, I love quotes, and I was trying to put a little quote into what I saw that would epitomize Danny and his family, and I don't know who said it, but it was, "When we have each other, we have everything." And I think that says a lot for y'all, because I think that because they have each other, they just have everything. And
That's exactly right. When you have each other, you have everything you need.
you do.
Absolutely.
And he has I have to say, a Spitfire mama. I love her.
Okay, so now if you're going to go on the Italian side of the family, I have to brag about Mom. So the best meals, the best cooking, and the family gatherings in these kitchens, there's no reason in the world, if you're Italian, to even own a living room. You might as well just have a giant kitchen
With some chairs.
with an island, and everyone's just going to stand around that, because that's what happens anyway.
That's true.
You've never seen so many people just together in a kitchen. And there's nothing better than having 2 or 3 dishes on the stove top, and everybody having a glass of wine and a laugh. And
And all the wonderful smells.
and boy, can that lady cook.
She sure
What
can.
a
She's wonderful. So I wanted to, we're getting toward the end here, and I want to preface that I will have pictures of all this wonderful thing. We're going to have a stilettos event with the women and the hubbies. We're going to have like a big open house party here in November, and Danny has said he's going to provide like spirits and great food. So I want everyone's invited. And I just wanted to ask you one thing I like to close with, and I want you to really dig deep, because I want nothing like I like to drive around my car. What is something that people don't know about you, but they would be really surprised to know about you? So nothing, I mean, this is, dig down in there.
So, it's funny. We used to do those like icebreakers when we did site-based committees,
Right.
and they would say, "There's 1 or 2 things I'm going to say here, and one of them is totally wrong or totally right," and you would
Right.
get. And so, I had put down on there that I was a pilot, I was a mechanic, and I was also a cattle rancher. And they said, there is no way in heck this guy's a cattle rancher. But I've actually been involved in black Brangus cattle for 25 years.
Really?
And so it was a great time. We recently, in the last 2 years, got out of that business.
Okay.
But a huge, great time for the kids growing up. We had a nice orchard and big gardens out there every year. And I know I can just see your mom,
Yeah,
out there
correct.
looking over a garden.
Right.
There's nothing better than growing your own produce and just nurturing and watching that grow, being out in the country and doing that. And so here's what we did, Danell. So Geraldine says, where are you going now? And I back out of the driveway and go off with a trailer behind my truck. And I came back with 20 fruit trees and planted this mini orchard, an urban orchard at our house in Trailwood in the backyard. And so now we're farming our backyard.
I didn't realize you had
You'll have to come over and check it out. So it's super
I know he has
fun.
a big grill back there, a big outdoor
Yes.
kitchen. He's most definitely out there most every weekend. I know that.
We love barbecuing, and when the weather cools off a little bit, we'll have some folks over for a little breaking of bread
Get-togethers.
at the Iron Horse
right.
Saloon.
Well,
Yeah.
I so much appreciate you letting me and letting us get to know about you, and it's a pleasure. And just so you know, there will be so many things on my article and pictures for you to come see kind of what all this is about. And so Sullivan's, no longer are we saying like Sullivan's Auto Parts, whatever. They're branding into the name Sullivan's. So we're just going, which we already know the name anyway, but we're going to just remember that Sullivan's is kind of what they've branded themselves into. So I really appreciate it. I hope you have too. And this is Danell Fields with Local Mia. And it's been a wonderful day. Thank you, Danny. Thank you, Geraldine.
Danell, thank you so much for having me. I totally enjoy visiting with you all the time. You know that.
you.
And please, anybody, come on by the shop and stop by and say hi. You're going to be glad you did. Sullivan's Advanced Paint, Body, Truck, and Auto Repair Centers is going the extra mile to make you smile.
This is Danell Fields with Local Mia. So, see, we've got business going on right now.
There you go.
This is Danell Fields with Local Mia. Stay positive and be happy, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Cheers.
Oh, yeah. So, cheers.